Yo, what is good, everybody? What is good, yo? Oh man, Tokyo Ghoul and Black Clover. I was so tempted uh on which one and like just torn between which one I wanted to talk about. But I have decided to talk about Tokyo Ghoul because, man, did I miss it. And this episode just proves that why. I truly am a fan of all the little simple things that Tokyo Ghoul is at least trying to do for the audience that are loyal to um, the worth that they gave us. Whatever we had previously, us as a fan base. Um, that really scared me, actually. I didn't expect to hear that. Us as a fan base, though, we really put forward that we wanted, certain things to come to life, and with what we got, uh, is something that if you complain about it, like why the heck are they gonna want to even do it again, So the way I see it is we really got lucky enough to get Tokyo Ghoul back after all the criticism and hate it was getting. And sure, with shows, some of them, regardless of criticism and all the people that talk down on it or whatever, they don't, they don't necessarily care and they would have still made the show regardless. It's just the fact that with what we get and how quick it all is happening, I can definitely tell there's some things in there missing that people are, very clearly pointing out and, very disappointed. For instance, since this is already past and it should have already happened, with the main character being Kamaki, the kid who pretty much lost it all and his hair color changed and all these different things. He goes back to being black haired, and I'm talking to people who I wanted to know like what is it about this that you don't like and this and that, and to come to find out, this process of him going from the white haired version alter ego to the next was definitely a much grander event in the sense of they needed to do a whole lot more. Uh, like there needed to be a whole lot more time put into just that for the fandom that actually read the manga because supposedly it took a good amount of time for him to actually come to terms and actually make the transformation into the black haired form. And then with this episode, we kind of don't even really know his motives of why he would all of a sudden portray someone who could have killed him over 645 times and why he would, go against that. And we didn't really have that much of a compelling story between the two's relationship that they shared with each other. All of these different things were not flushed out because of time. And to be honest, I really hope that they're speeding through this, so maybe that this could be the first Tokyo Ghoul, kind of like there was a first, whatchamacallit? There was a first Hunter x Hunter that people rather forget about, and in my opinion, that Hunter x Hunter had a lot of good qualities about it that the 2011 didn't go over because it already had been gone over. So um, that's where I'm getting at. Maybe that's hopefully something they could do for all those people that really can't stand this. And I'm not even going to call you guys haters because at this point in time, there's so much missing from, the story and just how it could have played out. But I can't imagine them, after how much they've been doing and been showing us, going the route of giving Kamiki that much time to transform, like weeks on end to transform, So to just be fair, I just never see them in that type of position to allow that much, development of a character. We've never gotten it in the previous season, so it's like, why would it have happened this season type of deal, in my opinion. And that's why it doesn't hurt my feelings because I already know what I was going to get with Tokyo Ghoul, if anything. But with this week's episode showing us the one-eyed ghoul, the old man one-eyed ghoul, the father's Quinque turned into a freaking weapon for the humans. That hurt my feelings. Like so many things in this episode hurt my feelings, man. Um, Including one of the things that I didn't expect was other officers that we did not know about doing the operation. And when this guy who I really was hoping would completely kick the bucket and get taken care of and ends up not doing that, I was really hoping that we would see him perish, but somehow him getting Rize's Quinque and just, it's pretty much the same way that what's his face got it, Kamiki got it, and he even specifies that they're matching. That's pretty much probably the one reason why he wanted to do it in the first place, weirdo. Um, so now we know for sure that somehow they can still use Rize's DNA and make more of these one-eyed ghouls, which makes a lot more sense why Kamiki or Hisei was the one who had to monitor them and all this stuff, because if anyone would know what's going on, it would be him, right? And that's kind of what I felt with how they went about this. So, um, overall, man, I wanted to use this game too because it just came out and I wanted to see if it records well and stuff like that. But not only that, the Tokyo Ghoul game that is coming out could be in favor of this type of playstyle where we're just a ghoul or we're someone from the agency and we're just going to be going through people, tons and tons of people. So I really want to see if that is where the franchise is going to go with that Tokyo Ghoul re-exist or something like that. So really happy with this episode. Seeing Hyde in the episode, man, that everything in this episode hurt me, and I knew that they did something very well, in my opinion, just by making me care about every single character that I care about. Learning that Totsuka, learning that, the reason why the guy who's super, super quiet is pretty much watching over Totsuka and so easily would not want her getting in trouble or getting in danger is because she is his niece. Um, his sister was the one that brought Toka into this world, and to think that, the father was killed and the mother, and the reason why they were killed was because of the man who is pretty much taken in Kamiki when he became one of the agents. He's the same person that took their parents away, so it got really heavy really quick, and to think that they barely even stood a chance against him was actually pretty nuts to see, because he was going against three probably S-rank ghouls and pretty much treating them like they weren't anything the whole time, in my opinion. He's just doing what he needs to do over and over, not really, paying any mind to how powerful the ghouls are, but he's really just reacting and destroying all of their advances that they're making on them. So it makes me wonder just how powerful some of these agent members are, in the sense of, were there any of them at the level of the guy that Kamiki, he didn't even kill, the guy who takes his own life. Um, so that's pretty much where I was looking at. I was like, is he really in a position to take on that many people? And if he does take on all these people, um, who who is going to be able to stop Kamiki if someone like that is gone, who was pretty much the only person who could stop him in the first place, seeing Kamaki's multiple transformations and different designs for his weapons because he got motivated in the eyes of the other guy. Bro, this episode was so hype. I can't get over how much was in this, and I really want to see um, just this whole entire thing come to an end. We got 12 episodes of Tokyo Ghoul, and from what I saw in the previews of next week, it's just gonna keep riding. Like it's just gonna keep hitting really hard. So um, I can't wait to see just the end game of this all. Not only that, but to know that we get to witness a lot more of their idea of where they wanted to end this show or what they think is a good ending point for this show. I just want to see that, and then I want to know what the future holds for this because Tokyo Ghoul, even though it's getting all this flack, it's still huge. This series is still huge. So I'm pretty sure, if I was guessing, man, that they're going to bring it back if they can. If someone can get the rights to it, someone's going to bring it back. That's just inevitable at this point. So if anything, just enjoy what you are enjoying now if you're actually enjoying it, and if you aren't enjoying it, then you should probably stop watching and let the people who enjoy it. Because it's not going to change anytime soon. They're not just going to take time out of their day to make certain aspects the way you wanted them because they already have a full goal now of where they're trying to get to probably. So it's nice to know that regardless of what's been happening in the community, we're still seemingly going to get the series that I want to see, and that is Tokyo Ghoul. I want to see the end of this. I want to see what could possibly happen at the end of this whole thing, including with agents that you can't even tell have the abilities of ghouls. Like who can you really trust anymore? If even the agents inside of the agency who's trying to protect us from ghouls are the same ones who are ghouls. So I'm actually pretty excited to see where this is going to lead, but at the same time, kind of scared because we know that the one-eyed ghoul is very, very strong, and this guy who pretty much got soloed by Kamiki because he didn't use his ability from his back. I honestly don't know if he's got more in the tank or if that was really as much as he could do then and there. So that's gonna be fun to learn real quick. Because at this point, if that was all he had, there's no reason why he should have been able to take out the one-eyed ghoul the way he did. And I just have an honest opinion that he's definitely was probably holding back for Kamaki's sake for some reason to maybe not expose himself to a member, but he was a traitor. Kamaki was 100% a traitor at this point. So to think that it mattered to not show him or to show him, maybe came down to him actually losing it. Maybe Kamaki would have just started going in on him because of he had the same exact Rize, um, outcome as he did. So maybe that would have actually put that guy in a bad position, seeing how he pretty much beat the best officer in the whole entire place. Not only did he beat him almost effortlessly. Once he actually learned what he should be doing against him and stuff like that, and actually going for a win instead of just trying to stall for time. Um, it's clear to me that they're trying to say that Kamiki he's up there now. Like all of this training that people have done for him was a mistake. Like you should have never gave that man that much power. So They're gonna learn the hard way that Kamiki is here to stay, and once Kamiki gets going, I just want to know who is going to be like on his side, who's going to be the ones that are actually going to be able to um, keep him sane. You know, he pretty much wanted to just give up his life and forfeit in this battle because he never went in with the intentions of coming out a victor in the first place. Um, so to know that aspect, it's like, oh, then what the heck? What happens to him now? You know, if you didn't want any of this and you still don't want any of it, where are you going to go now? And I think that's what I'm most excited for. But with that, guys, I'm going to end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be talking about Black Clover very soon, so make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will be dropping new content soon so you can consume it and give me your feedback in the comments down below, or if you have any questions, I will gladly try to answer them any way, shape, or form I can, or maybe give you a source that can answer it. Whatever I can do to help. So, with that, everybody, I hope you have a great day, night, morning, whatever the case is you're watching this, and I will talk to you in the next one. All right, peace.